Cultivate a hobby. Something, see, again, every one of us is interested in something or the other. So your mind is kept occupied, your body is kept occupied, and you don't slip into rajas and tamas. Cultivate the habit of reading. Like it was said, read not times, read eternities. Reading good books, reading books that elevate your mind. Today nobody has time to read because either you're rushing after money or you're sitting there at home. Doing what? Watching TV. And then cultivate fine music, preferably classical music, but if you don't have a taste for classical music, any music that lifts your spirits. Music melts your heart, it cultivates very fine emotions. You must expose yourself to these soft skills. It's not all about physics and chemistry and maths. You need to cultivate fine emotions. And now what do you avoid? Avoid gossip. Avoid negative thoughts. See, gossip is negative speech. And this negative speech comes from negative thinking. If you haven't picked up anything else from the 17th chapter, go back after these 4 days and say, I vow not to speak ill of anyone, not to think ill of anyone. It will change your personality completely. And then don't sit and watch idle TV. You know, there are homes in which the TV is on 24 hours a day almost. Now what happens is, irrespective of what the quality of program that's going on, the nature of the mind is it gets hooked. Have you ever watched how long it takes for you to get hooked? 30 seconds usually. Or those who are a little alert, 1 minute. After that, you've lost your personality. So decide what you want to watch and watch only that. After that, switch it off. This leaves you with a lot of time to focus on positive things. And the last is definitely avoid lazing. Give yourself a schedule of activities, right from wake up till the time you go to sleep. Make sure you're gainfully employed in something or the other. When I say gainfully employed, I don't mean necessarily for a salary. Anything. When your activities are planned, you achieve much more, you're happier doing it, and you grow. Your sattvic content grows. The most important thing we need to do is to develop the intellect. Study, we've spoken about. Discuss. Discussion of these ideas with like-minded people is extremely important. Second, think. Think for yourself. Independent thinking is of the essence. That develops your intellect. Third, question. If you don't understand something, question. Even within yourself. It's not questioning others. You question yourself. For instance, why did I go to school? It can't be because everybody else went to school, so you went to school. Why did I get married if you're married? My neighbor got married, so I got married. My best friend got married, so I got married. That's hardly a reason to get married. Why did I have children? Same reason. So most of us lead lives that are determined, activities are determined by somebody else. You don't think for yourself and determine what I ought to do, what I ought not to do. And the last is experiment with these ideas. Actually put them into practice. See how they work. And then you get this renewed enthusiasm to go through with the rest of the ideas. Most importantly, leave some quiet time for yourself. We are so busy, rushing from activity to activity. Everyone is busy. In Mumbai city, you talk to a 3-year-old kid also. You say, hi, how are you? Oh, I don't have time to talk to you. You don't have time? No, I'm very busy, says the 3-year-old kid. The question is, what are you busy doing? Every day, at least half an hour, you must leave to yourself to ponder, to think, to introspect, look within. And then the rajas and tamas need to be dealt with. This is called guna silencing. Silencing of the rajas and tamas within you. This is done by, rajas means activity, passion. Today you have a passion only for self-centered activity. Convert this, redirect this, and have the same passion for a higher ideal. Tamas, how do you eliminate? Fight it through physical exercise. Every one of us must have integrated in our daily schedule a slot for exercise. This is not only for physical health, more importantly, it's for mental health, spiritual health. Most of the problems we face are because of total inactivity. Physically, we just don't have exercise. Then you should watch out for what we call as a false positive. When you start looking within, many of your tamasic traits masquerade as sattva. Externally, they look similar, but the defining test is the fact that tamas springs from ignorance, whereas sattva comes from knowledge of the higher. Say, for instance, somebody comes and asks you, I've bought tickets for a movie. Would you like to come to the movie? A tamasic person will say, no, I'm not interested. A rajasic person will be at the movie theater before you can get there. A sattvic person might also say, no, I can't make it. But there's a world of difference between the two. The tamasic person says no because he doesn't know the enjoyment that lies in watching the movie. Or he prefers sleeping to going there. It's too much effort to go there. Whereas a sattvic person says no because he has higher things to do, better things to do. That's the difference. So if you don't know it, very often you mistake a tamasic guna for a sattvic guna, and then you can go all wrong. Now with this, we move on to verse number 8.